All right, man. Kim Brown and Mike O'Hara podcast, and I'll link an article in the description. I think O'Hara revealed that Matthew Stafford had a broken back. He had broken bones in his back last season. And I think Kim Brown said, "Well, you supposed to say that?" And, O'Hara said it was already reported, but it hadn't been. It just had been generalized as a back injury. But let's talk about it. We back. Motor City Sports Talking in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Appreciate the love, support, man. Everybody showing the channel. Best way you can help the channel is share the video. So apparently he had broken bones in his back last year. Okay, and you know why Matthew Stafford had to go out there and play every snap, and why they refused to sit Matthew Stafford down? Because they didn't have a respectable backup. Okay, I think also they didn't want to have a worse record than what it was, because the seat would have been hotter and hotter. But this just shows you more flaws in Bob Quinn, the ignorance of Bob Quinn. He always neglected a major need. He did it 2 years ago. Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara, Deontay Foreman, even though he tore his ACL, was coming on hot. You have multiple running backs to take in that draft. He didn't take one. Everybody in the city of Detroit knew Amir Abdullah and Theo Reddick wasn't going to cut it as a duel, as an individual. Zach Zenner, it just wasn't going to cut it. You know what he did? He didn't address it. Everybody seen last year. When Stafford got hurt, I was at the Jets game. When he got hurt then, we see Matt Castle come out there. We knew the Lions need the backup quarterback. Okay? Everybody knew when they announced Castle was the backup quarterback last year. Hey, the Lions going to need a respectable backup. What they do this year? Didn't even get a respectable backup. Brock Osweiler still out there. Had a pretty good year last year as a backup for Miami Dolphins. Still ain't get him. And knowing that your quarterback life was on the line, that he may need to take some time off, and you should have been able to give him that leeway. Like, okay, yeah, Stafford, we're going to bring in a young quarterback or a veteran quarterback. Take the time you need. The pressure on him, like, shit, I got to play. We ain't got nobody behind me. And also, you can look at it from a player standpoint. I remember Bill Parcells told Curtis Martin back in the day, he said, if you're healthy enough to play, you better play, because somebody can take your spot. And this is just one of the reasons why I don't understand whoever's running this organization. I'm not talking about Martha. I'm talking about football side. I don't understand it. This dude had broken bones. Not sure how many bones in his back he had broken. Going into his 10th year, you neglect to bring in the Sean Hill-esque quarterback. You neglect to bring in, Mike McMahon. You neglect to bring in Drew Stanton at least. You neglect to bring in a Dan Orlovsky. Tom 21-21 Savage has been garbage over his career. And if Stafford go down this year and they don't have a respectable backup, and it's some Scott Tozine, Peyton Manning, cold stuff when they went 2-14 and 1-15, Bob Quinn deserves to be fired. It's just no two ways around it. Look at the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton. Oh, he might not be able to play this year. They say, you know what? We go get that kid from West Virginia whose name I just conveniently forgot. Will Greer, excuse me. That's his name. Let's go draft Will Greer. Let's get ready. They said we had Derek Anderson. They might still have him. He started this game. He respectable. Hey, we got a nice little backup just in case Cam Newton arm ain't ready to go. We got the Rook. We got a formidable veteran. If Derek Anderson's still there, Gucci, right? The Detroit Lions, this dude had broken bones, and we learned about this through a podcast. It's cool in this season. It's cool to not to let specific injuries out there, because somebody gonna target the broken bones in his back and try to hurt him even more. That's just the NFL. That's just the culture. If you got a nick on your knee, and I know your left knee a little achy, they gonna cut you on that left knee. That's football culture. It may sound heinous, it may sound malicious, but when you in a football circle, anybody that ever patted up, spatted up, they know what I'm talking about. That's just the culture. And they forced this young man to go out there every day of the season last year from when he had this back injury, right? They forced this man to go out there and play. He couldn't even afford to take a PTO. He couldn't afford to take a voluntary time off. He couldn't afford to do nothing. They made him go out there in those meaningless freaking games. Arizona Cardinals, the Green Bay Packers. At least Green Bay said, you know what, we don't want to lose Aaron Rodgers for the rest of the year. Hey, go fake an injury like you got a concussion. Let's get you up out of there. They sat there, and I don't know how long he had this injury for last year, but they went out there and had this dude go out there for meaningless games, broken up. And you know what that is? They could have did more harm than injury. He could have broke another bone in his back. He probably only had one little fracture or one little broken bone in his back, whatever they called it. He might have had a little one. But you know what? You know why they didn't sit Stafford? No matter how many diminishing skill positions around him, how many offensive linemen was hurt, how many backs, how many receivers, tight end skill position was hurt. You know why they didn't sit Matthew Stafford out there? Because of the Jim Caldwell effect. Well, Jim Caldwell, what'd he go, 9-7? Oh, Patricia, he went like 4-12 or 3-13 with Matthew Stafford. Oh my God. You know, Jim Caldwell, they didn't want that Jim Caldwell backlash. This was supposed to be an upgrade. An upgrade. And which, if Stafford went down, they went 3-13, 4-12, whatever the situation may be. You know what? It would have opened the doors. Was Caldwell better? Martha Ford thinking that. Going into this year, it'll open the doors. Hey, you want to take Kyler Murray? Now, at the time, they didn't think about Kyler Murray was probably going to be the number one guy. They think about Herbert from Oregon. You know, if they thinking like Dwayne Haskins, this is a polarizing number one quarterback, a franchise quarterback. Well, it turned out to be it wasn't a franchise quarterback really at the top of the draft that you had to take. The majority of the Detroit Lions fan wouldn't have co-signed them taking Kyler Murray. So it really was no pressure for them to take a quarterback number one. But you know what? People saying Stafford broken bones in the body, 10th year, ain't won a playoff game, all that shit. Is he going down? And it would have been the pressure of taking the quarterback. And they could have comfortably traded back this year. But you know what? They didn't want to go, 3-13, 4-12. They didn't want to have that terrible record. Because then, oh man, Caldwell did better than this. Oh shit, Lewan and Mayu did better than this. Then, even though to me, it's still a win or you get fired year for both of Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's what it boiled down to. And maybe Matthew Stafford has some incentives in his contract for him to want to play as well. But they couldn't afford for him not to play. Because it would have been a major downgrade. You go from 9-7, I think the Lions was under Caldwell, to 3 wins, 13 losses, 4 wins, 12 losses. And that's they went 5-11 anyway. I believe it was. They couldn't have that. And they set this man out there with broken bones in his back. Now, could all them bones been broken on the same play? Could. But I'm willing to bet he had multiple broken, or at least one more broken bone other than the original injury. And then Bob Quinn still ain't go out there and get a respectable quarterback. He got Tom 21 Savage. I question this dude. Some of the things I like that he do, I like. I like some of the picks. I like some of the acquisitions he got. But man, I call him a day late, $1 short. Now I tell it to his face. Bob Quinn's name is a day late, $1 short. You remember, y'all, I don't know how many of my listeners ever seen Pootie Tang. But in Pootie Tang, you know, it's a guy that'd be like, he always late. Chris Rock would say, I can't remember his character. He played multiple characters in the movie. It's hot out here today. And then the dude would come back 2-3 minutes later. Hey, man, you know it's hot out here today. That's Bob Quinn. Day late, $1 short. I mean, we obviously seen we had a running back problem a couple years ago with Amir Abdullah and Theo Reddick. We knew they couldn't run. They couldn't carry the load for a franchise. You know what he did? He neglected it until a year later. Last year, going to the draft, we knew Jared Davis might not be a good middle linebacker. He neglected it. Just like he gonna be a day late, $5 short with Tease Tabor. We know Tease Tabor ain't no starting cornerback. He want to hold on to him. We know Miles Killebrew wasn't a good safety. We know he probably not gonna make it as a linebacker. He want to hold on to him. And we knew Matthew Stafford is in his 10th year. We need a respectable backup like we had with Sean Hill. Shit, at least with Drew Stanton. We know we need that. Bob Quinn don't. Bob Quinn say, shit, Stafford, all right, man, he can play with broken bones in his back. He ain't gonna miss a game. And it's sad, man. It's sad. This dude is the real day late, $1 short. You know, but hey, it is what it is. I'll link that article in the description. Appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, share the videos. Appreciate the love and support. Motor City Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, a video request. Share the videos. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. Best way to help out, just share the videos one time for the one time. We gone.